against the wall. And press on movie, but I don't know. So since we are in the midst of Rumble season, here are my early Women's Royal Rumble predictions. And girl, it's a little crazy, but that's just how I like it, you know. That's one thing I gotta know about me. I'm gonna be thinking out of the box. Okay, so we just gonna have predictions of certain entrant numbers, NXT stars coming in, and potential call up. Who gonna have the longest time, the most eliminations? Who gonna stand out? Final 6, final 4, final 2, the winner, legends, and returns. Well, legends / returns, that's basically it's return. Oh, and lastly, potential storyline tease for the year WrestleMania. Yeah, so now let's get started. So first we got certain entry numbers. So I'm gonna cover 1 and 2, number 15, number 25, and number 30. So first we got entry number 1 and 2. And I feel like it may be Lyra and Becky, from my perspective, because their feud throughout 2025 brought some of the best matches out of 2025 as a whole, across all divisions. And I feel like they both played a prominent role in 2025 between WrestleMania and like Evolution, SummerSlam. Yeah, so just like pretty much in like the middle of the year. So I feel like they deserve that spot. You know, they still a common occurrence on Raw. You know, Lyra becoming double champ with the tag team titles and the IC championship, their feud with each other, and then Becky becoming IC champion and all that, and then prompt AJ's return, and then Lyra and Bayley teaming up together, you know, and also prompt, you know, the storyline between Bayley and Becky in the midst of all of that, which I still feel like is unfinished. But yeah, just because of the history and how big their roles were in the middle of 2025, they deserved number 1 too. So number 15 is Liv Morgan. Okay, now number 15 ain't really important, but it's just like the halfway mark to, you know, the rest of the match between 15 and 30. And I feel like she deserved that spot, you know, since she did leave like in the middle of 2025 and then came back at the end. You know, she still was prominent as well. And I feel like 15 this time might be the golden number, you know what I'm saying? We just gonna keep a star by Liv, you know, just keep her in mind. Okay. And number 25, we have AJ Lee. 25 is like an important number, you know what I'm saying? Like at 25 last year, Alexa came back. So even though this is not AJ's return is, you know, her little return back from action, you know, and all that stuff. And she gonna definitely play a key role in the ending too, so just gonna have her towards the end, you know, and just since it's her first time, I feel like they are going to give her an ending number, so you know she can have at least 30-40 minutes left in the match. Yeah. And number 30, I'm on my own against the wall. And press on movie, but I don't have Bianca. Bianca Belair, yeah. Her anticipated or awaited in-ring return. Yeah, we need that. You know, she has returned, you know, in her hometown on SmackDown and Evolution to be the referee with Naomi and Jade. Still wasn't like a return, you know, so definitely need her back in that ring. And, you know, number 30 is, you know, the last one, you know, most anticipated. I feel like her return is the most anticipated for this match. So, yeah. Definitely gonna give it to my girl, to my foo-foo. And she also gonna play, like, in my prediction, like, towards the end, not really end, but, like, she gonna play a little role in my ending. But, yeah, she number 30 for me. Next, we have NXT Entrants and maybe a potential call-up. Maybe one. Since, you know, some came in last year but wasn't, like, really call up, you know. But yeah, so I have 6, potentially 7. So yeah, I got Kaylani, got Jordan, got Soul, Lola, JC, and Zaria, and Blake. Okay, so that's 7. So, you know, the whole tension between Soul and Zaria, and like the anticipated turn between one of them, and the history with, you know, Jordan and Blake, Kaylani, and, you know, JC being NXT Women's Champion, and, you know, Lola, she hasn't had her debut in the Royal Rumble yet, so I just feel like, you know, it's due to her, and maybe she will be the potential call-up. I predict. But yeah, all of them have had, you know, a good 2025. JC became 2-time NXT Women's Champion. Kaylani became Knockout World Champion. You know, Blake, Jordan have had a great feud, actually. With great matches coming out of it. You know, Blake becoming North American Champion. So, being North American Champion and Speed Champion, and, you know, her and Zaria's team, you know, just being very popular recently. So yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be them 6. If Zaria is not excluded, it's not included. You know, just them 6. If she is included, 7. So yeah. Next we got Legends / Returns. Now, I might be a little bit crazy for these few legends, but hey. The Royal Rumble is all about speculation, all about fantasy booking, you know. So let me dream. Let me have this, okay? So yeah, we're gonna cover returns. So within the women's division right now. So yeah, I already covered Bianca. So Bianca is gonna be the first return. Not first return, but y'all know what I mean. Then the second one's gonna be Tiffany Stratton. Like, yeah, they gave her a little break after Jay beat her, you know. So yeah, I see her returning. So yeah, and now let's get to the Legends. Now this first one might not be, you know, out of the box, since it's been teased between her and Nikki, Brie Bella. Yeah, my auntie deserves to get back in that ring too. Okay, all right, both of them deserve to be there. You know, and I feel like with how Nikki is being treated right now, I don't think, like, she's going to be in the world title scene for much longer. So, if Brie comes back, we got another tag team in the division. This non-existent division. I'm not going to lie, it's getting a tad bit better, but it's all about consistency. And next we have E-Torres. And then, I was so excited to see her when they showed her in the crowd for John's last match. I was like, oh, my auntie. Girl, like, I've been waiting for her to get back in the ring too. Like, she can definitely blend in with this new division, especially, you know, with her what she's doing right now, women's defense and all that. I definitely feel like she can mix it in there with, you know, her old moveset and all that. I definitely think that she deserves to have another one. If she wants it. If she wants the run, give it to her, please. Like, come on. Yeah, that's just my fancy. And another fancy got these next 2. A potential backup for AJ. Caitlyn. Okay. Like, she has returned already within the Mae Young Classic. You know, come on. Give us some nostalgia. Like, come on now. Girl, her theme song. You can't hide the truth here. Behind your eyes, I see the fear. You try to hide to lose so strongly in the place that you don't belong. Girl, I need to hear that in the stadium. I need to hear it. Just one more time, please. Just give us something. Like, come on, bro. You gave us AJ. Give us Caitlyn too. And falling behind this last one. Whoa! Ted on Sky page. Oh, girl, I might be going a little bit too far with that one too. But I don't know. Soraya hasn't returned to AEW yet, so I'm just like, I don't know anything about her contract, but girl, if it's up, you know where to go. I'm just on this. I have a nostalgia shot for that, for both of them, you know, like and she been teasing last year, like, so it's just like, girl, come on. And AJ is back, like, come on, for the both, come on now, come on, you gotta move something. I need my frenemies back. I need them back, bro. I need them back. But yeah, if any of them happen, I said it. I predicted. Nobody else did but me. Me. Next, we have longest time in the match. Now, I'm stuck between Io and Lyra. And, you know, back on the topic on prominent roles. To me, they both been workhorses in 2025. Especially Io. You know, she was almost in the running for the longest time last year, head-to-head with Liv. They didn't get eliminated by Nia in the midst of being eliminated with everybody else. What's that? Sorry. Get a little bit carried away there. But yeah. So, I definitely do think that Io deserves it as well as Lyra. You know, like I said, they have put on the greatest matches out of 2025. Okay? Alright, that's my opinion. And Io is very popular, you know, and having her there the longest time will keep everybody on their toes, you know, and excited to see her and all that stuff. You know, and they both are great at pacing matches, going long in matches. So if it's either one of them, I'm fine with that, you know. And last year it was Roxanne, you know, since she was the newest member in the division. And Lyra's still sort of kind of a little bit new, even though she did get called up in 2024. You know, I do think that, you know, the longest time should also be given to somebody new in the division as well, sort of new. Y'all know what I mean. But yeah, like I said, I don't mind if either one of them get it. You know, because even though Io, if like, she could get the longest time if she is, you know, she enters in one of the earlier numbers. So, yeah. It's between them for me. Like I said, either one of them, I said it. If it happens, I said it. The women with the most eliminations, I predict that it will be Lash Legend. I mean, come on now. She's a new dominant force in the division. She is being pushed strongly. Sean, you need to be taking notes because you should have booked her this way. Sorry. Got carried away here again. But, yeah, like, just show off her power, her resilience, and all this stuff, you know. Just have her, like, eliminations with women like Michin, Candice, Kiana, you know, just women who, you know, haven't really played a big part of 2025 as it is. I mean, it's sad to stay from them three because I really do like them a lot. But it's just like, to spare elimination, to give Lash the most eliminations, giving them to her. And also, like, big key ones that I would give. Maybe Kaylani ain't a key one for a key one for her, but they had, you know, a little sort of few a little bit in 2025 before Lash got called up. So yeah, I'll give that to her. And like, her eliminating Soul and Zarya. You know, they're like, they get distracted by trying to eliminate each other or disagreement. We're gonna touch on that in the potential storylines. Yeah, she eliminates them both by both of them getting distracted by each other. So yeah, that would give her that. And this last one, Nia. I do not see this team lasting very long. So Lash got to be the one to turn. Okay, this might not be the turn yet, but it's just like a little, you know, competition. You know, it's every woman for herself. Like, that could be something that she shouts when she eliminates Nia. You know, something like that. Every woman for themselves. You know, and that gives her about 6 eliminations. Yeah, 6 eliminations. And one more key one, maybe Bianca. We'll get to that in the final 6. And my standout for this match, maybe winner. Liv Morgan. Okay, so a standout to me is basically she comes in a lot of moments in the match, you know, from her entrance in 15 onward. She has a lot of face-offs with everybody, you know, just prompting storylines for the bigger storylines heading into WrestleMania and potential storylines and feuds after WrestleMania, all that stuff. So I'll see her, you know, like prompting the storyline with like Charlotte, Bianca, Alexa, Roxanne, and Raquel. You know, and finishing up one with Rhea and Bianca a little bit, you know, since they had a little something within 2025 and dealing with Jay's attack, and she eliminates Rhea, Charlotte, Roxanne, maybe Raquel if she's in it. Because my prediction is that she has a match with Stephanie for the Women's World Championship one more time, and she wins it. And then we'll get into it. Okay? Y'all know where I'm heading, but like, let's move. Just special spots for Liv and like saving herself, or whatever the case may be. So next, let's get into the potential storylines. Now, first I got Charlotte and Alexa. Now, even though I don't see their team ending just yet, I feel like this moment that I'm about to predict will be the start of it. So, yeah, as y'all know, with the YS6 storyline, it's so sad to say, but it's been so stale. Honestly, I don't even want to say I don't care what is going on with them, but the fact that they're not as big as they were after the passing of Bray, it just hurts that it's not really that big anymore as it was. So, to amp this back up, I see Alexa getting back into it, and I feel like that she would love to be back in that role. I feel like Nikki gonna be in the match. Abby the Witch, y'all know what she portrays. And Nikki and Alexa have this stare down. Starts to seem like Alexa starting to get in a trance. And like Charlotte, you know, just starts seeing it, and it's like she pushes Nikki out the way and tries to get Alexa out of this trance and whatever. And then she just gives her a look and then just starts attacking Charlotte. You know, beating her down, not to eliminate her, but to put her down to the point where she's out of the ring. And I don't know, maybe like within the midst of trying to get Alexa out of the trance, she's still kind of in it. And then Charlotte and Nikki going back and forth, and then like overpowers Nikki, but Nikki in some sense lets her do it. And then she eliminates her and then like tries to get Alexa out of it again. Then she attacks. Just something to put Charlotte down and to know that Alexa is not all the way together as it seemed like she was. So then she eliminates herself. Something in her head that whatever Nikki did to put her in the trance made her eliminate herself. And then they stare at each other, and then like the stadium goes black, and then they're both gone. Something supernatural just to get us back on our toes with them in honor of Bray's memory. Like it needs to get back up there. So yeah, I definitely don't think they will have, because they're not creative like that. Come on. But I just predicted, you know, it's coming from my mind, you know. Yeah. Next we got Saul and Zarya. We basically kind of covered it. But yeah, like they start fighting. They have a disagreement, and where they accidentally hit each other. Whatever it can be. And then the disagreement, the argument starts getting a little physical. You know, and they end up on the apron somehow, and then they save each other by almost accidentally eliminating each other. And then as, you know, maybe like Soul saves Zarya from getting eliminated by her hitting her, whatever. Then Lash comes in, bulldoze, and bam! Eliminates them both, giving her more eliminations. So, continue to stretch their storyline to a potential turn, breakup. Y'all know. So, and then they start blaming each other in the next NXT episode. Yeah. But I don't want to stretch it out too long, but enough to get to Stand and Deliver. Yeah, okay. So next we have is Lash and Bianca. Girl, when they had that, you know, tag team championship match, Lash, Cara, Naomi, Bianca, girl, their face off, man, girl, I need more. So this definitely needs to be teased, definitely needs to be pumped. And, you know, traditional stare down, face off. They're having a power contest, you know, fighting each other. And then, you know, and this is like towards the end. So we're like final 8. You know what I'm saying? They're going back and forth, whatever the case may be. And then Nia kind of gets in the mix of it a little bit. And then as, you know, Bianca takes Nia down, Lash takes advantage and she eliminates Bianca. Listen, I know we're trying to get Bianca and Jade, but she can win Elimination Chamber again. Hold on. Keep this in mind. When Bianca comes at number 30, we're like at final 12. So, yeah, it ain't too long after she comes in for me. So, yeah, I'll give her that. But whoever did that, Lash will eliminate Bianca. And we'll have that storyline when Bianca champion and all of that. Yeah. Lash on her own, yes. Which we're going to move into this next one with Lash and Nia. Yeah, and after, you know, Nia celebrating with Lash, eliminating Bianca, you know, like, Nia turns her back or whatever, and she thinks she's sweet. Lash tricks her and throws her over. And she powerful enough to throw her over, so yeah. And now prompt their storyline, but like I said, Lash was screaming, every woman for herself, you know. Nia like, but she ain't gonna take that lightly. They gonna presume to be friendly on SmackDown after. But yeah, that's my prediction. Because, like I said, I don't see their team lasting long. Like, come on now. They're both dominant forces. Like, they both have big egos. Come on. But speaking of egos, this is how the mix of Liv, Roxanne, and Raquel is going to dismantle. Because I don't see Liv genuinely wanting to be with her. She wants to be on her own. She wants that Women's World Championship. So yeah, like I said, I don't see Raquel being in the match because I see her having a rematch one more time with Stephanie and she wins it. And, you know, as Liv seeming like she wants to bring Roxanne in the end with her, Roxanne turns her back. Liv takes her, just throws her out. Like we just need to have traditional throw out eliminations. Throw out. And then that's when we approach the final 6. But before that, I'll just go ahead and give y'all my final 2. My final 2, drum roll. Let me start. Liv and AJ, yes. Like, come on now. It's not only Liv's dream match. It's my dream match. It's your dream match. It's everybody's dream match, baby. Come on. I've been waiting on this, especially after AJ return. The possibilities are endless. You know, their characters connect in similarities. You know, very evident similarities. Boy crazy, manipulation, out of their minds, psychotic at times. You know, yeah. Liv is AJ's daughter. Like, come on. And I definitely do. We all should know they're going to play prominent roles in 2026. Pray that they stay in it, because these injuries are getting insane. Because what do you mean Dominic is out? But anyways, yes, since I just named my final 2, let's get to the final 6. So the final 6 I predict is going to be Liv, AJ, Charlotte, Lash, Rhea, and Io. Okay, I see my phone. Io. Recap of how we got to the final 6. So Liv eliminates Roxanne, right? Lash eliminates Bianca and Nia, right? That was final 9. Cut into the final 6, and then you cut into the final 4, which I see that everybody will eliminate Lash, and then Liv eliminates Charlotte, prompting a future storyline, because they have some history that they definitely need to revisit. And especially since I do see Liv becoming Women's World Champion again, and we have a mix-up, and if Charlotte and Alexa split, or if they don't, they can still have it if they don't split. But yeah. So now we are at the final 4. Rhea, Io, AJ, Liv. It's some history mixed into this a little bit, not so much, in, you know, new history, maybe reforming. Y'all know Liv, Rhea. Oh, it did not go the way it should have. Liv definitely needs to eliminate Rhea. Like, come on, she owe her that. She owe her that at least. Y'all owe her that at least. See Liv eliminating Rhea, and AJ helps Liv eliminate Io. So, like, Liv hits her with a big move, but Io still doesn't get out. And then AJ comes in, hits her, and then she's out. So now we're at the final 2. We have final 2 with my auntie and cousin. Yes! So, yeah, final moments. I see them going back and forth. You know, both of them dodging each other's moves, and at some point, Liv mocks AJ Skip. You know, just mocking her, being cocky. And then AJ takes advantage of this cockiness and then takes her down, and whatever the case may be, and Liv's against the ropes. So, to pay Liv back for all the mocking and all, AJ attempts to hit the Oblivion, right? But then Liv catches her. And then, like, as, like, AJ's hanging on the ropes, and it, like, Liv just, like, tries to grab her and, like, just pulls her over the top rope. And then Liv, like, forearms her, and then AJ's just hanging, but she's still holding on. But Liv tries to attempt to take her out, then AJ ducks, like, side kicks her. And as Liv distances herself, holding her head, AJ comes back in, and then Liv circles back around, and then hits the Oblivion on her. Takes her, snatches, throws her over the top rope. Yeah. Ring that bell. We got our Royal Rumble winner of 2026, Liv motherfucking Morgan. She need that. She need that. After all of these attempts, final 4, final 2, an Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble. Girl, I'm tired of this. She need that Royal Rumble win. Bum Elimination Chamber, Royal Rumble win. Okay? She is my Royal Rumble winner this year. Okay? You know, it's no buts about it. Please, pull the trigger. Please. Because, like I said, Liv need that. She need that. And then we can have a WrestleMania match of her versus Raquel. A surprise world champion coming in for, finally, a Royal Rumble winner who has been stuck in the final 2, final 4, all of this final, coming second, coming third, coming in fourth. She need that. Taking out her biggest rival and her dream opponent all in one match. Yes. She need that. So yeah, that's the end of these predictions. Alright? Okay. If any of these things happen, who said it? Who said it? Who? Rita, right? Rita Scandal, yeah. Rita from Rita Scandal, yes. Yes, she said that. She said that. She said it. She predicted that. Yeah, I did. Take notice of all of this.